is up? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Back with some more Resident Evil 4 Remake gameplay for you. And today, I finally make a video that I've been actually waiting to make for a while. I've been contemplating it. I've been thinking about it, kind of teetering. Do I or do I not want to? And I think I was going to maybe make it more after the TGS or Tokyo Game Show coming out about a week or two. But after just reading so many people recently, having so many different thoughts, hearing other YouTubers and their thoughts, and top of just having some type of other information that's popping up daily and stuff like that on Resident Evil 4 Remake in terms of the DLC itself, I figure, you know what, I'll make it because I'm getting kind of really annoyed by multiple things. I'm obviously, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm basically getting kind of annoyed with the whole Resident Evil 4 Remake DLC, regardless if you just want to call it the DLC or the Separate Ways DLC or the other characters or mercenaries mode or whatever it may be. I'm getting really, really annoyed really fast. And so why am I so annoyed? Well, let's just start from the beginning. So basically, anyone who's played the original Resident Evil 4 knows that obviously, and I know the original GameCube version didn't have Separate Ways. I know that. I understand that. I played the PS2 version, which did. So I get it. I understand it. But Separate Ways is one of the things that people were excited to see. And unfortunately, it was not in the game at launch. And, and once again, I understand people who have that feeling like, hey, why wasn't the game in launch? Should have been there, etc., etc. I've seen many takes saying, hey, it should have been there. Is this stuff we got to pay for? Which I can just about guarantee, yeah, you will have to pay for it. I've even heard people make takes of, maybe they should have delayed it so it had all the content at once. Well, number one, while that would have been nice, who knows the fiscal reports of businesses in terms of like when they have to release things, when they don't. So I don't know how that would have taking effect. I have no idea. I'm not working for the company. I'm just the consumer, so that's just out of my control. I don't know what the other one do. I'm assuming that they would have to release a game at a certain point, no matter if it's finished or not. Unfortunately, that's the thing with a lot of games. A lot of these games are not released because they think they're good. They're just released because they gotta beat certain times or fiscal years and stuff like that. So that's why a lot of games release unfinished and stuff like that, or not all the content's there, etc., etc. It's just, unfortunately, the gaming world we live in. But the other reason is just that, I can understand the concept of, hey, want to spread the content out and not have it all at one time. So you play a little bit here and then you give a little bit later on and stuff. Or so I thought they were going to do, but ever since the Mercenaries came out, 2 weeks after their main game, it's just been absolutely quiet. So my point here is I've heard a lot of people think that the DLC, Separate Ways, doesn't exist. And I've heard some YouTubers say, well, how can these people be so tone deaf? How can they not believe it exists, or believe it doesn't exist, I should say, when we've had all these leaks, we found the files, we've had the voice lines, we had renders of stuff. They've been the mystery achievements on the Steam page. I'm trying to think of any other possible things they've had. It's been name dropped. Obviously, it'd be a big omission to not have it, considering that something that came out almost 15 plus years ago did. So it just being kind of weird to not have that, be less content, stuff like that. A lot of reasons why, but once again, I can't blame those people for having those feelings of not belief. Not that they're calling these other YouTubers liars or something, but because it comes down to the part that I'm really getting pissed off and annoyed with, that I don't think a lot of people are really addressing in this whole debacle or whatever you want to call it. Just completely tone deaf is what I call it from Capcom, and I think a lot of gamers are just missing this whole point. So Resident Evil 4 Remake, I get pretty much to the crux of the matter why I'm so pissed off. Resident Evil 4 Remake has been out almost half a year. By the time the Tokyo Game Show hits here, it's been basically a half a year. We know that for the most part, I can just about guarantee the DLC Separate Ways is there. The only thing I can't do is give you an official confirmation. But everything else I can give you. So pretty much most people know it's there. But there are some people that still don't believe, which is perfectly fine. I don't blame it. But why do you think those people don't believe it? And it's not that they don't want to believe it, but it's just one simple thing. I'd understand it if it was something we weren't expecting, if it just came out of nowhere and they just want to keep it up wraps to a certain point. But number one, we already know it. We already expect it because this is a remake, is it not? It's not like it's some surprise thing we didn't expect to have. This is something all the people were expecting. A lot of people were expecting it at launch, and I can't blame them for having that feeling. But the thing that pisses me off is Capcom, read the room. Stop being so tone deaf. For the most part, most of us knows it exists. Or better, trust me, I tell you what, if it doesn't, oh my God, that's going to be a PR nightmare right there. See them trying to swing away out of that one. But my point is that Capcom, we already know it's there. Most people already do. We know all this information. We know the files they found. We know it's been name dropped. We know the voice lines, the render models for the other mercenaries. We know this stuff. Stop being so tone deaf. Why have you not officially confirmed this thing exists? Why have you not said nothing? You remember the 40th anniversary of Capcom event, or if you can call it, that was a disgrace. I still remember. I'm still mad about that. It was months ago. You remember that? By the way, before I get into that, I hear this dude. I'm trying to find him, and all of a sudden I finally see him in the rocks. Watch what happens when I shoot him. It's like he just went down a water slide, like one of those things that goes around in a circle and it got spit out. But anyway, it's like, Capcom, why have you not officially confirmed this thing? You don't I said it back in that 40th anniversary trailer. Or not trailer. It could have been a trailer for all we know, because at least it would save us time for wasting our time watching the whole damn thing. But my point being, even if you had nothing to show for it, because some people like to use the argument, well, it'll be done when it's done. You just be patient and wait. It's not about being patient and waiting. It's simply a fact that, hey, why don't you just confirm it to alleviate anyone's fears of it not existing anymore? Just so you'd be like, you just have a still image, be like, hey, you know what? It's here. We're working on it. It exists. We don't necessarily have a date that's going to come out yet, but we are working on it. So people be like, okay, it exists. And here's the magic thing. If you do that, a lot of the controversy and all the drama and the uncertainty, 90+% of it's going to go away. And people are going, okay, well, we know it exists. We know they're making it. Okay, well, just wait. And you won't hear so many people going back and forth about, does it exist? Does it not? All the drama. And see, because that's the thing. I mean, you got people even that kind of can confirm it exists are starting to wonder now, because it's like you haven't said a damn thing. Why is it when it comes to Ada, they got to take her being very mysterious way too literally, and we can't really mention her. It's like, dude, Ada's been around since 1998. All right, we know who Ada Wong is, okay? Stop acting like, oh my God, we can't say anything. We got to make it act like it's like the biggest mystery of all time. It's a holy grail. So it's like, dude, we know it. Stop being cute. Stop being stupid. Read the damn room. Seriously, just confirm the damn thing. You don't even have to have a trailer or some massive gameplay. I mean, that'd be nice, but it's come on. Not to mention, the whole mercenaries thing. You still got to get the models for, not just Ada, but the two Adas they got, the Wesker, and as well as the Mafia Leon. But no, we're not going to say a damn thing. We're just going to remain very quiet. It's like you had so much momentum. Why would you not capitalize on that? So at least people will be like, hey, you know what? I still have this to look forward to. Because once again, you have a lot of people thinking, does this damn thing exist? And I don't have any problem with people thinking that way. Does it not exist? Because they're just going to answer, well, damn, why have they not said a damn word? And that's a good question. Why haven't they? I mean, do you just like this unnecessary drama? I mean, come on now. Just confirm it. Alleviate all these fears and people. I mean, you had to, from a business standpoint, if I knew that all these things, files and stuff was already, out there and people had found it. I mean, they had people playing with the Ada and Wesker models and mercenaries, about a few months ago before they finally pull them off the thing. But like people found them in the files. Like it's just like it's not a surprise to anyone. Everyone's already seen them. They've heard all these voice lines. Like we all know it exists. You might as well just stop the bleeding now. It's like, yep, it exists. We're working on it. It'll be done when it's done. That's fine. They could come out and like, hey, you know what? Because there are people saying, oh, it might come out next year. That's fine. I don't care. I just want to know, hey, it's confirmed. It exists. Like, you've done everything but officially confirmed a damn thing. Like, everything about the thing has been basically known except for an official confirmation. And they just act like, oh, that's just perfectly fine. We're not going to confirm it. We're going to keep it all, I don't know, mysterious. Like, I guess they get hard off with that or something. But it's just spreading so much BS and drama. And I think that's just the biggest thing people are missing with all this. It's like, I don't care about waiting. That's fine. I'll wait. I got so many damn games I'm playing right now. Like, I'm playing Sea of Stars. I was playing Daymare in 1994. I'm playing... I'd like to play Baldur's Gate 3 at some point, but there's too many games I got right now. I'm playing some Starfield. October, I was happy that they moved Alone in the Dark to next year, but, you got Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2. They got the Metal Gear Solid collection coming out. I got Star Ocean 2 coming out. There's probably some other things I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head that are coming out. Like, there's so many damn games coming out. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world. But just confirm the damn thing. I mean, it's so weird. How is this making people, like, want to play? I mean, I think it's kind of sad. Yeah, like, for example, Final Fantasy 16 has been out for about 2 months. And they said today, now granted, you could argue maybe they really did plan. They just acted like they didn't, and I can't argue against that. But it's pretty crazy that a game like that, which they said was a complete game, they didn't have any plans for DLC, 2 months after release, and they were like, hey, we're going to have 2 DLC expansions coming out and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking, well, damn. I mean, Resident Evil 4 has been out almost half a year, and it's content, it's not like out of the blue, like completely new. It's from a remake, so we know it has to be there because it'd be a big omission not to have it, and they can't say a damn word about it. So now we get to the whole TGS show there that I'm just... people asking, is it going to be revealed there? If not, where else? If or maybe at like a showcase or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they seem to be more interested in talking about the VR, which I'm not hating on the VR. If you like it, you like it. I just don't own a VR. I might be more inclined to own a VR if I could play all the Resident Evil games like 7 and Village on the same VR thing as this. But I think it's just, I don't know if like VR 1 games are compatible with VR 2. I really don't know. I don't feel like looking it up. Maybe they are, but cause I was really mad that the Resident Evil 4 Oculus, that was on the Oculus, not the PlayStation VR. So it's like, I'm not going to buy like 2 or 3 different VRs just to play like 2 or 3 games and stuff. So I've heard they're good, but I don't know if that'll ever be me. But maybe one day. But I mean, but damn, it seems like that's going to happen more often than this DLC, this separate ways. I mean, it's almost as if like the team went their separate ways after this game was released because they've said nothing. I mean, they're more interested in advertising, Exoprimal and that whole can of worms than they are, post Resident Evil 4 Remake, just in its normal game itself, outside of all its DLC content that we know is there, but they just haven't officially announced it or confirmed it. But as I said about Capcom before, they are the ultimate definition. They need to make a T-shirt about this. Maybe I'll get that like licensed and endorsed or something one day. But they just make a T-shirt of Capcom and just have a whole comparison of Capcom is the Harvey Two-Faced Dent of just gaming, just gaming companies, because they'll do something good and you'll be like, damn, man, Capcom, damn, they're like Harvey Dent. They know what they're doing. And then it's like they can't do something good without offsetting with something bad. It's like they have to have a perfect balance. They got to do something stupid to make you think, damn, they're like Two-Face. Like, what the hell is wrong with them? And it's really frustrating because I think we all know they're capable of doing really good things, but it's like they can't just keep doing good things. They got to do something good and they offset with something bad. It's like a perfect balance. Like they're just like Thanos. They got to have that balance and stuff like that, and I don't get it. I don't get it. And as on top of that, it doesn't help that, of course, this DLC is something I really want to play because hey, Ada is my favorite character and I like to play it. like to see them enhance it, because that's another thing. I'll say this right now, and I'll be full agree with people who are mad it didn't come out when it first came out, because I was like saying, you know what, that's fine as long as the DLC is a lot more substantial than the original version of it. But if it's exactly the same in terms of same length and same things you do, then oh yeah, there will be. I'll just say right now, there will be a rant for that. I can promise you that. But hopefully, all this extra time is going to enhance that, make it longer than the original one, and make it a lot more impactful, which I think they're fully capable of, because I see what they did in the original story, the remake. But unfortunately, that's going to have to wait for another day. Whenever they do announce this, do I think it'll be announced at TGS show or a showcase? Who knows? I don't know what they're thinking half the time. I don't think they know what they're thinking. I just feel like they just have a dartboard in their office and they just throw darts in and see what it lands on half the time, because it's so random. And there's one thing, if there's one thing Capcom is good at, they're consistently inconsistent. They're good at that. Their consistency is very inconsistent. I will give them that. They are definitely kings of that. But that is my opinion. That's why this whole DLC thing is annoying and pissing me off. But I want to hear your opinion. How do you feel about this? Are you one of those people that think the DLC should have come out when the game released? Are you one of those people that will wait no matter what? Or are you just someone like me who's just tired of there not being an official confirmation? Just want Capcom to shut up and put up. But let me know that in the comment section down below. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. And hopefully I can see you guys back on the next one. Thanks, and I'll see you later. Peace.